Welcome to the Deep Dive. We do the digging through piles of info so you don't have to. This time, we looked at sources covering essential kitchen gadgets for modern cooking. Our mission: figure out which tools really deliver, on efficiency, health, practicality, cut through the noise.
Exactly. We know you want that quick path to being genuinely informed. I mean, the modern kitchen, it's always a juggle between time and space, right? And these sources gave us 10 specific tools. What's interesting is how they kind of fall into three main groups, tackling common problems.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well, first, there's the stuff for just pure speed and less effort. Then you've got tools focusing more on precision and maybe healthier results. And finally, gadgets that help with organization and sustainability. Pretty neat breakdown, actually.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Let's dive into that first group then, the efficiency trio. These are the ones meant to really cut down on the most, let's face it, boring parts of cooking.
Right. And where does most of that start? The chopping board.
Definitely. So the first gadget, heavily pushed in the sources, is the vegetable chopper and slicer. We've all been there, spending ages dicing onions perfectly. The promise here is slicing, dicing, chopping, but like really fast, in seconds. We talk about multiple blades, super sharp designs.
Yeah, it's the speed that's the selling point, not necessarily the chopping itself. It's about basic time saving.
Hmm.
If you're making a huge stir fry, prepping salads for the week, or doing any kind of bulk cooking, well, the sources suggest this thing pays back your time pretty quickly.
Okay, but let's push back a bit. This is a deep dive after all. What about the downside? Usually complex blades mean cleaning is a nightmare, right?
That's fair. And the sources do kind of admit it's not just a quick rinse, but they argue the prep time saved is worth the, let's say, moderate cleaning effort. They do stress looking for ones that come apart easily. Top rack dishwasher safe is a big plus. It shows people are thinking beyond just the chopping part.
Right, the whole life cycle of using it. Okay, good point. Now let's talk about something small, but maybe even more annoying. Garlic. The garlic press and peeler set got high marks.
Yeah. This little set is almost like psychological warfare against kitchen annoyances. Fresh garlic tastes way better, we all know that, but peeling it, the sticky fingers, the smell, it makes you reach for the pre-minced jar sometimes, doesn't it? This set basically gets rid of all that hassle.
It's the two parts together that are key, isn't it? The silicone tube thingy rolls the skins off in just a few seconds, and then the press crushes it straight into the pan, no mess.
Exactly. And the sources point out that because it's so easy, it encourages you to actually use fresh garlic more often. It removes that little bit of dread from the prep. Small tool, big impact.
Okay, now for something that feels a bit more automated, maybe even a little futuristic, the automatic pan stirrer. This is literally hands-free cooking.
Right. This one targets a very specific kind of annoying task, standing there stirring something constantly so it doesn't burn or stick. Think like polenta, risotto, some sauces.
Yeah, that constant stirring.
This thing just sits in the pot and, slowly keeps things moving.
The big benefit highlighted was no more standing by the stove. But was it really seen as one of the coolest gadgets, like the source said? Or is it just a bit gimmicky?
They justify coolest by framing it as freeing up your attention. It's not just saving stirring time, it's letting you do other things. While it's stirring, you could be prepping the next ingredient, cleaning up a bit, setting the table, that kind of thing.
Okay, I see the angle.
But importantly, user feedback mentioned you really need to check the heat rating and make sure it works with your type of pot. Some only work on nonstick, apparently. So not perfect for everything, but for those long simmer tasks, a real convenience.
That's helpful context.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've covered speed and cutting down effort. Now let's shift gears a bit. Section 2, precision and health. These are tools that actually change the quality of the food.
Yeah, we're moving from just getting it done fast to getting it done right. And when you talk quality, especially with expensive ingredients like meat, the digital meat thermometer is, well, essential, takes the guesswork out.
The sources really hammer home the instant read aspect. Accurate temps in seconds. That promise never overcook your steak again. That's powerful, but it's not just steak, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. It's crucial for chicken, making sure it's safe, but also baking, candy, deep frying. Precise temperature is key for texture and safety and so many things we don't always think about. And they're popular, the sources say, because they're fast and usually small, foldable, easy to grab, use, and put away. No excuse for guessing anymore.
Right. Okay, connecting that precision idea to health now. The reusable oil spray bottle. This keeps popping up as a bestseller. Seems very focused on healthier cooking,
It is, and it's a simple concept, really. Instead of pouring oil, maybe more than you need, into a pan.
which adds up calorie-wise fast.
Exactly. This lets you mist it evenly. You use way less oil, but still get that coating you need for cooking or dressing a salad. It sort of nudges you towards using less without even thinking about it.
So it's really about portion control,
Yeah.
being precise with your fats. Did the sources talk about clogging? Because that seems to be the issue people have with sprayers.
They did mention that. The advice seems to be invest in a decent one, maybe glass with a good nozzle. Cheaper plastic ones can struggle, especially with thicker oils like avocado, but get a good one, and yeah, it's a healthier way to go.
Good to know. Okay, last in this session, guaranteeing results, even for simple things. The multifunction egg cooker. I can almost hear someone thinking, why do I need a gadget just to boil eggs?
Huh. Yeah, it's a valid question. You can just boil water. But the promise here is perfect eggs every time, with basically zero effort and, crucially, no watching the pot. You measure the water based on how many eggs and how you want them cooked, soft, medium, hard, and it just stops when they're done.
So it's not about doing something impossible. It's about taking the guesswork and the need to pay attention out of a simple task. Consistency.
Precisely. If you love eggs for breakfast, or you boil a bunch for meal prep, the sources say the appeal is that perfect consistency every single time. Plus, most do poaching and steaming too, so it's pretty versatile. It just eliminates the human error in timing.
Okay, makes sense. We've hit speed, we've hit better results. Let's pivot to section 3. This tackles those modern kitchen realities. Not enough space and wanting to be a bit more eco-friendly are space and sustainability hacks.
Right, and starting with sustainability, the sources really liked the silicone stretch lids. This is a direct replacement for plastic wrap.
The ultimate goodbye plastic wrap item. The magic seems to be how stretchy and grippy they are. Sources say they fit standard bowls and jars, but also weird shapes, like half a melon.
Yeah, or even just the cut end of a lemon or onion. That's pretty clever. They're reusable, tough, easy to wash, makes them a top pick for people trying to cut down on waste. And, over time, you save money not buying roll after roll of plastic film or foil. Simple idea, big impact.
Definitely. Now about space. Anyone with a small kitchen knows the pain of bulky items. The sources highlighted the collapsible colander.
This tackles that problem head on. Why have a big, awkward strainer taking up cabinet space? These are usually silicone, heat-resistant, sturdy enough. But the key thing, as the sources point out, is they fold almost completely flat. Slides right into a drawer or a narrow space.
It sounds so basic, but for apartment living or just cluttered kitchens, shrinking the storage footprint is huge. Still drains pasta, washes veggies, just disappears afterward.
Exactly. And the other space, and frankly frustration saver, is the magnetic measuring spoons. Brilliant for bakers or anyone needing precise dry measures.
Oh, this solves that classic kitchen drawer problem, hunting for the half teaspoon that's somehow detached from the ring. The sources loved the simple magnetic feature. They just snap together, stay together, tidy.
Saves space, stops the mess, but maybe more importantly, it stops that little moment of annoyance when you're mid-recipe and need that specific spoon right now. Sources say they're popular with bakers and regular cooks too, just for that clean, organized feeling.
Excellent. Okay, so we covered the 3 main categories, but there was one more gadget that kept coming up, sort of a quality of life bonus, didn't quite fit elsewhere.
Right, the little luxury item that just makes the kitchen experience nicer, that's the electric milk frother.
This feels very tied to that whole make cafe drinks at home trend, doesn't it? It's not about essential cooking, it's about indulgence, making your regular coffee feel fancier in seconds.
That's exactly it. And the sources say its popularity comes down to being super easy. It's usually small, battery-powered, portable, cleans up in a flash. It's a huge seller, especially for coffee lovers, because it lets you mimic that coffee shop experience for pennies really quickly. It's like efficiency applied to treat yourself.
So, wrapping this up for you listening, we took these 10 essential gadgets and grouped them by what they actually do for you. Speed things up, make results better or healthier, or help you save space and waste less. We tried to look past the hype to see which ones solve actual common kitchen frustrations, whether that's getting perfectly cooked chicken every time, ditching plastic wrap, or having a pot of soup stir itself.
Yeah, the big theme seems to be about regaining control, doesn't it? Control over your time, control over the results, control over your limited kitchen space. By taking over some of the messy bits, the time-consuming bits, the tricky bits, chopping, stirring, checking temps, these gadgets are definitely changing how we approach cooking at home.
Which leads to kind of an interesting final thought for you to chew on. If these modern tools are handling more and more of the tedious, laborious, or precise tasks, What new creative aspect, or maybe just enjoyable part, of cooking are these essential gadgets actually freeing you up to focus on?
Hmm. Are we maybe moving towards a future where the home cook gets to focus purely on the fun stuff, like flavor combinations and making things look great, while the machines handle the grunt work?
Something to think about. Okay, that's it for this deep dive. Hope we saved you some research time and maybe prevented a sticky garlic situation.
Happy cooking!